The Turn. Coming later, Embrace with their new album, and Tracks of My Years chosen by Jim Moyer or Vic Reeves. We'll choose one. Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app on your smart speaker and 88 to 91 FM.
We're the BBC News at 10 o'clock. This is Jason Kay. Tributes are pouring in for the former president of the Soviet Union, Mikhail Gorbachev, who's died at the age of 91. His reforms triggered the collapse of the USSR. Boris Johnson said Mr. Gorbachev's courage and integrity remained an example to all at a time of Russian aggression in Ukraine. The United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres said the former president had changed the course of history. Professor Nina Khrushcheva, who's the great-granddaughter of the former Soviet leader Nikita Khrushchev, spoke to Mr. Gorbachev about the end of the Cold War.
In '89, when the Berlin Wall was falling, he was called by other socialist leaders saying, well, we need to save the socialist bloc. And he said, no, if they don't want to be with us, we really have to let them go. And this has really never been before, because usually when people try to leave the Russian Empire, center of the Russian Empire sends tanks.
Royal Mail postal workers are holding another one-day strike in their dispute about pay. The walkout will disrupt the delivery of packages and letters, and further action is planned for Thursday and Friday of next week. Royal Mail bosses say they recognise the difficulties created by the cost of living crisis, but there needs to be talks about modernising the business. The General Secretary of the Communication Workers Union, Dave Ward, says that postal staff deserve dignified, proper pay rise.
Our members want a substantial pay rise that reflects the work that they undertook during the pandemic. They kept the company going. They went above and beyond as key workers during that period. And they wanted something that protects them against soaring inflation. And what we're saying is the company can afford that. The company are not telling the truth about some of the figures that they're putting out at the moment about what's on offer.
A 24-hour strike next month by TSSA union members at 9 rail operators and Network Rail has been announced this morning. It's due to start at midday on the 26th of September. Fishing crews have launched a legal campaign against the government after thousands of dead shellfish were washed up along a stretch of the Teesside and North Yorkshire coastline last year. A government investigation has suggested that large algae was to blame, but the fishing community fears it was a chemical incident. Tennis, and the defending US Open champion Emma Raducanu, who shocked the world when she won the title last year, has been knocked out in the first round. The British number one has failed to get beyond the second round of any of the other majors in 2022. The 19-year-old gave her reaction in a post-match interview.
Obviously really disappointing, really sad to leave here. It's probably my favourite tournament, but in a way happy because it's a clean slate. I'm going to drop down the rankings, climb my way back up, and in a way the target will be off my back slightly, and I just have another chance to kind of claw my way back up there.
Emma Raducanu ending the BBC News at 3 minutes past 10.
Live on the BBC Sounds app.